Hi guys, it's Hannah and today we're going to do a matching background to the height that I showed you in the previous video. As you see, I'm going to do a couple of trees and a little bit of a sky. It all starts with your tanks that you're going to use for a reptile and some styrofoam. So you have to pre-cut the styrofoam so that it blacks out three sides. Trace the structures that you already have and then draw the rest of the design as you please. As you see, I'm going to do some trees which are going to be also the ledges for my snake to roam around. You can go with anything you like. It's just to give you some ideas what you can do with that. I want my background to be removable, so I'm going to divide it into corner pieces and therefore I need some trash bags. Line the tank with trash bags and put in the future background. Then put the rest of the ledges if you are doing any. You can also use the toothpicks to put them in place so that they do not move and give you more of a stable environment to work in. Once you start foaming in the pieces, none of the foam should touch the glass. So adjust the trash bags in such a manner that you can still remove your two pieces of the background and nothing gonna get on the glass. Foam the edges and the ledges first, and then you can add some structure, which is going to replicate the tree crown. At this point you can also add some branches and tree structures to your design, and you see me doing it right now. So foam is going to give me plenty of time to work with, so if you forgot to prepare your branches in advance, it's not a big deal. Foam in the rest of your structures and get your scraps out, because we're going to use them right now to replicate our trees. As you see, I do have a bag of them, so I just grab in and press them into foam. This is going to give us a leafy structure and it's going to look awesome once you paint it. If you have enough scraps, you can use them throughout your build and it's going to look nice, but if you run out of scraps, I have also a couple other techniques you can use to achieve the leafy look. And I'm going to show you in the next step what to do. Once the foam is cured, you will have to cut a little bit to dislodge the two pieces of the background. Just be careful with it, don't make too harsh cuts and don't cut too deep. You would want to work with the foam on a horizontal surface so that if you try to foam something in, the foam doesn't slide and it doesn't screw your whole idea. That's why you need to take those two pieces out and to change their positioning so that you can proceed with your work. As you see, I'm removing a couple more other pieces, and what I want to achieve is that my hide is going to be perfectly positioned and nothing is going to be rubbing on it or preventing it to go where it's supposed to go. You see me doing a couple of random cuts to add a little bit more texture to my tree where I made a straight cut before. I'm also going to position them together and add some branches and some tree stumps, which I'm going to foam in a little bit later. And that's what you see me doing right now. As I mentioned before, if you run out of scraps, it's not such a big deal. You still can achieve a leafy look of your background. And for this, you need your utility knife, and you can cut inside the styrofoam itself. Not too deep, just a little bit on the surface with crisscross cuttings. After that, take any tool, screwdriver, anything you have at hand, and scribble so that you get the needed structure as deep as you want. Just be sure not to cut too deep, so we don't want the styrofoam to be cut through. I personally prefer to use both of those techniques. It's going to give your background a full look and add some depth. A little bit more fitting to see if everything fits and looks good, and we can start dry locking our background. We cover the background with dry lock thoroughly. I will do probably three or four coats because we cut the background that way. We have to make sure that we do not miss any spots. You might think that one coat will be fine, but once it's dry you will see all those little pieces that you missed, and I'm also going to show you what they look like. Just make sure that you look at your background from different angles to spot those. And here we are. You can see all those little tiny pieces that I missed. This is one coat, so I'm gonna do two more probably. Maybe not throughout the whole of the background, but the trees for sure. And here comes the painting part. If you're shy to paint and you think that your artistic skills are not as good as the skills of an artist, don't be shy. I'm not an artist either. I'm just going from the darkest color to the last dark one. Just apply your color in little batches, and this is the way you do. As you see, I'm starting with a very dark green, and I'm just putting little tiny like blotches of it everywhere. And then I'm gonna go to the green that is a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit yellow, and then add some touches of light orange. That's it. You do not need to be a Picasso or whatever to do that. Keep in mind, it is just acrylic paint. You can paint over it as much as you wish. Once it dries, it's not gonna smear around, it's not gonna screw up the look. But you also have to remember that it always dries a little bit darker than it is. So don't be shy in using some light colors. As you see, I'm adding like little blotches of lighter green here and there, and then I'm just gonna step a while back and take a look and determine if I like it or not. The painting part is gonna take you a while. This is probably the part that takes you the most time to accomplish, but this is okay. Just try to do it in small increments. Maybe it's gonna help you to determine if you like the overall look or not. Once you're done painting, it's time to seal. This is what I use, water-based polyurethane. Do not use the oil one. And take a brush and just press it in and try to distribute it as good as you can. And the final result. This is the background. As you see, I did just a part of it and I left this corner untouched for a reason. And in the next video I'm going to show you how to do a corner / sky height for my ball python. Thank you guys!